It's Friday, and we are your Friday night delight. Kev and Jay Mack, the Jibber Jabber podcast. It's Friday. I gotta get done on Friday. Mate, that's a banging tune.
It's also children in need, in case you were wondering why I'm wearing this fucking monstrosity.
Aye, we were wondering why you were wearing that, Jay Mack, because it didn't say it on the shirt.
The wife came home with it for the shop. She went to the shop to buy children in need pajamas for the wee man, and she came back. She's like, "I got you this." I was like, "Oh, thanks."
Yes,
Nice.
and you're like, I can't wait to wear that on the podcast the night.
Aye, I mean, technically, this is me wearing it in public, which I never thought I'd do. So there we go.
A big teddy bear for a big teddy bear.
Aye, children need the night where tax dodging millionaires get you to send them money.
Aye, class. Aye. That's a whole different episode, that one. Tonight's episode will be just casual movie banter, where we chat about the movies we're looking forward to see and movies that we've kind of been watching and TV shows. So we will be kind of getting into that a little bit. J-Mac, it's been a good wee week for some trailers. Have you seen any trailers that have really excited you?
A trailer that actually did grab my attention that I didn't think would was the new Spider-Man trailer.
Mm-hmm. Oh, mate.
I'm not, obviously, I'm not the biggest Marvel fan, but
you have become. You've become it a bit recently.
I'm a bigger fan of the ones that are lesser thought of, I think, or just not as like I loved the Shang-Chi. That was way better than it should have been. It was way better than the trailer would make it out to be. I recently watched Thor Ragnarok for the first time. That was pretty good fun. But the new Spider-Man, it looks like there's some really fun stuff in there. It's obviously hinting towards this colliding of universes when it comes to the Spider-Men and
Spider-Man,
the Spider villains.
hers.
Just so you know, I'm sweating buckets here, and I've got a horrible cold. So if I sound bad, it's because I feel bad. So yeah, I mean the Dr. Octopus coming back is just, I mean, that came out in the teasers.
Dr. Octopus.
Doc Ock.
Dr. Octavius.
He's Dr. Octopus.
He's Dr. Octavius.
His name's Dr. Octavius, but his super villain name is Dr. Octopus. Anybody that thinks Kev's wrong here for a change, put it in the comments. That'd be lovely.
I'm googling this. Cheers.
And obviously you've got the Green Goblin showing up in that as well. The Doctor Strange tie-in. It looks like it's going to be good fun.
I don't mind the Doctor Strange thing. However, what really got me was hearing Big Defoe, his voice, again as the Green Goblin, mate. For anyone that doesn't know, and I'm sure I've said this quite a few times on this podcast, I am a huge fan of the original Tobey Maguire trilogy. Don't care that the third one wasn't as good. When is the third one of anything ever as good, right? That trilogy for me is the Spider-Man trilogy, and I don't care what anybody says. I'll defend that because that's just my opinion. I loved that movie, the very first Spider-Man. Just watching it or listening to the music from it just completely sends me to a time of being a child and being happy to see it. And I remember the very first time I watched it. So for me, it holds a special place in my heart. And see, I just know that Tobey Maguire will show up as Spider-Man in this. And if he doesn't, I'll be so disappointed. But I'm really looking forward to that possibility. Stephen Thompson says, "Howdy." Howdy, Stephen Thompson.
There's a snake in my boots.
There's a snake in my face.
We'll get it out of there. By the way, do you like my wee Billy Connolly thing? How cool is that?
I can barely see it because you're chosen a t-shirt, but it looks quite cool.
Make me big, then. Make me big, and you'll see it.
Make me big, is that what you say?
Make me big. Closer to camera, it'll bigger it.
It'll bigger it.
It'll bigger it.
Where did you get that?
Etsy, believe it or not. Cool wee thing.
The old Etsy.
Yeah.
For everyone listening at home via Spotify, Google Podcasts, and everywhere that you can find our show, this here show, this is the reason you should come and watch us live on YouTube and all streaming platforms. You can watch the show live if you go to YouTube and type in Jibber Jabber Podcast or youtube.com/c/Jibber Jabber Podcast and see us live. hit the subscribe button to know when we next go live, and you'll be able to interact with us in real time like so many others do. And you'll be able to see J Mac's wee background where you'll see his little Billy Connolly thing, which looks quite cool, mate. Big Billy Connolly fan. You're going to be sad when he goes, right?
Yes, I think the whole country will. Or near enough, the whole country. That'll be a big funeral. I'll tell you that. If he comes here to get buried, which I understand he wants to get his ashes scattered at Loch Lomond, so I'd imagine there'll be quite a street procession for that. The guy's a national treasure, man. Two of my favourite things: Scotland and Billy Connolly. So
Scotland.
So it's not very often that you would. I've always said that about like Americans. Like Americans go to their prom and they're hanging out the limos, going USA, USA. It's like you wouldn't imagine that happening here. Scotland. I was at the rugby the other week and they started doing it. I was like, oh no. I'm in the crowd going Scotland, Scotland. It's just not. It's not a country that fits a chant. It does. It just. I think I think a country needs to have 3 syllables to sound decent in a chant, right? That's why the English don't shout England; they shout England. You have to add that third one to make it plausible.
England.
Ironically, it just makes it sound worse.
We can say Scotland. Scotland.
So every time you chant England, your IQ drops by a point.
What if you none? It'll be a sad day when he goes. The Olgin. I imagine J Mac will be having
the big Olgin. Aye,
the Olgin. I think J Mac will be raising a few whiskies.
Oh, I need to drown my sorrows that night. I'll need to take time off work when he dies. I swear to God.
Genuinely.
I feel that way. I feel that way about a few people that I've never met. That like if and when they go, I'll probably need to phone in sick with a sore back or something.
Name them.
What's that?
Name them.
Schwarzenegger. When he goes, that'll be grim.
And
probably Stallone as well. So Stallone, Schwarzenegger, and right at the other end of the spectrum, there's Billy Connolly. Lee Jobby.
I put it out to the Jibber Jabber universe on all our social media, asking what have you been watching recently, what movies, what TV shows, what you're looking forward to seeing. And our good pal Steve McCool retweeted us saying, loving the new Dexter. You can also check out our previous episodes with Stephen in our archives. We've done one where we talked about primarily him playing Rab Campbell in the classic BAFTA award-winning TV series High Times. And then we've had him back on to talk fun and games about some of our favourite horror movies. But Stephen's a great guy. And he was in recently a show, what was it? What's that show?
He was in
Scottish show.
Oh God, the thing in the submarine.
Yeah.
That what was it called? That's annoying.
A wee bit.
I didn't watch it. My wife watched it. What was it called?
Yeah. Aye, but it was classic.
Was it like one word?
Aye,
I'm sure. I can't remember. But he's also been in Shetland recently as well.
That's what it was.
Oh no, I was thinking about the thing with Martin Compston on a computer screen getting paid $100 grand. But no, he's been in Shetland recently playing a bit of a dodgy character, as far as I understand.
Bit of a
he's good. It's what he does. It's what he does best. Although I did watch The Stone of Destiny recently, which was class, by the way. I can't believe I've never seen it before. I really, really enjoyed it. It was funny. I was watching it with the missus, and she's like, "Who's that guy with the brown jacket? I recognise him." I was like, he's been in your house. I was like, this was a while ago, though.
It was quite a wee bit ago. So good. I mean, Stephen says he's enjoying the new Dexter.
Yes.
Have you been watching the new Dexter?
I have. I'm completely up to date with all 2 episodes.
Mate, there was some foreshadowing in there. Like,
I'm getting annoyed having to wait week to week. I was tempted to just kind of wait until it was complete and then binge it, but social media screws that up because everybody talks about it.
Not only that, you then are like, I wonder what's going on. Oh no, what is it?
There is that as well.
I just watch it and I look forward to it being there on a Monday.
Look forward. Jack.
You move forward. So I've heavily been enjoying it, and I think the way they're doing it is the way they should be doing it. I didn't like the way it ended when Dexter ended. Now that they're bringing out this Dexter new blood. And mate, who showed up in the last episode, man? Who showed up?
Who showed up?
Come on, mate.
Who showed up?
The Kurgan himself, Clancy Brown.
Oh, Clancy Brown, yes.
Aye, man.
I've got a slight sneaky suspicion that he's going to be the big baddie.
Well,
Just
aye.
a wee sneaky suspicion.
Aye.
I love Clancy Brown.
Clancy Brown
From
is
everything from Highlander all the way to SpongeBob.
Yar!
Krabby Patty! I can't do an impression.
Stephen Thompson said, eh?
I was going to say, I do a better SpongeBob.
Patrick.
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob. This is getting out of hand.
Let's turn it into something else. Stephen Thompson says, watched Fright Night 1 and 2 for the first time. Not bad. Stephen Thompson actually is the recipient of said Blu-ray, kindly donated generously by Gary Smart. It's You're So Cool, Brewster, the documentary, which is sealed, and it also has a comic and a graphic novel. There's also one there for Jack Logan, but the wee fellas had the vid, riddled with a vid. So
I'm going to get that t-shirt. Stay away, riddled with a vid.
Riddled with a vid. As he's been riddled with a vid, so it's not been gifted to said recipients yet, but it's on its way. I did try to get it to Stego, but paths didn't cross. Yes, Fright Night 1 and 2. I mean, we done the Fright Night. I done the Fright Night quiz and should have really beat Gary Smart. Didn't kind of happen because Heather didn't have my back on that one. She tried to screw us every chance she had, and not in that way.
You can never just lose, can you?
Well, not when you watch it back. It's all there, proofs in the video.
When you play against the guy who has made a documentary about something, it's very unlikely that you're going to win, regardless of how much you cheat.
What if you cheat really well? Nah, I never cheated, not one bit. I just was blowing on my wee harmonica, and yet no one was like, "Hey, Kev, it's you."
Nah, I watched it back, and Heather's reception of the timing was pretty much spot on.
You would say that you're a twin. You're cut for the same cloth.
I think
you're
Heather
basically the same person, but without facial hair. Sorry, without as much facial hair.
Oh, she's watching.
That's a joke.
That's a joke. Dead.
It's just a joke, Heather. You know,
you're so dead.
I
know. So, Dexter, yes, thoroughly enjoying it so far.
Mm-hmm.
It is everything that I hoped it was going to be. I would say that it's slightly predictable up until this point. That'd be my only kind of only issue.
Yeah. For when that boy walked into the gun store, I went, "He's getting killed."
Well, I was thinking Dexter might get through the first episode without killing somebody.
No.
Nope.
No. Well, here's the thing. What I said to my wife after watching it, I was like, "This is perfect." Why? Because in this very one episode, it reintroduces Dexter, right? Because see that point after he goes ahead and stabs up the wee boy. He's not a wee boy, but the guy. He looks into the mirror, and what does he say? He says, "Hello, Dexter Morgan." Now, that's a foreshadow. That's a foreshadow. Because who else said that?
This could count as a spoiler, right? Even though we don't know for sure. It could still count as a spoiler if you do this.
I've just said the boy got stabbed.
Yeah,
you said basically that he killed someone in the first episode. Is that
that's 2 episodes ago. That's not a spoiler anymore.
Well, I mean, it's not a spoiler if we don't know what's going to happen. You get me?
Yeah.
I'm just.
We don't know for sure, but
exactly. But I would like to think that Deb will disappear as his conscience, because as he becomes once again Dexter Morgan, he becomes a new transformed Dexter Morgan. You know, he's not the same one as we saw in the first 8 series, where Harry was his conscience. We get it that Deborah for the last 10 years has probably been his conscience. It's time for her to go and usher in his new conscience. Hello, Dexter Morgan.
Look at all the Morrison Tennant joinery.
Right? Have
you seen Daddy's Home too?
No, not the second one.
You should watch it, by the way. It is funny. And
Hmm.
watching Mel Gibson and the other guy,
Hmm.
we're just going to say it, John Lithgow, playing off each other. And John Lithgow's a complete geek. He plays Will Ferrell's dad in it, and he's absolutely brilliant. Watch it. It could be fun to watch for Christmas, actually. It'd be a good Christmas movie.
So anybody who's
speaking-
not checked out the... Sorry?
It's okay. It's okay. I've got something I want to say about Christmas movies in a second.
Christmas movies. We need to do a full episode on Christmas
Yeah,
movies.
we do.
Maybe rank our top 10, but like 5 from me and 5 from you. You know?
Yeah, we
do
will.
that very soon. And maybe we'll get someone on that's been in a Christmas movie. Maybe we can get big
That would be
Tibor
awesome.
back on. Tibor
Yeah, who?
Takas.
Tibor Takas.
Takas, yeah, because he's made so many Christmas movies.
That's a good point.
But we'll get someone on maybe. Maybe we'll get Macaulay Culkin or something. Do you know who I reached out to today?
Who?
Kid you not, reached out and I was like, I'm just going to do it. Ken the girl that sings "It's Friday, Friday"? Rebecca Black.
But there's the wee girl that like her dad bought her like getting a music video shot for her birthday or something, and it ended up going viral.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, because I thought, hey, that's a story in itself. Imagine being really good at singing, right, and writing songs to the point where you can have a career in music, but you do this one thing, and it kind of gets you branded as that one person. And it's been hard to shake that off, which has kind of been detrimental to her. I think that's a great story.
Yeah, it could be an interesting chat.
You know, she can sing, right?
No,
like she can actually really sing really well. But
and
because of
that's what went viral. Damn,
right?
The world's a cruel place, isn't it?
So, speaking of things that are going viral, not that it's going viral, but that fart you done all over social media.
we do. I want. This is the first time I'm going to say this. I want this fart to go further. I think it has to. It was just. It's so epic. I know you've got it ready there to play it.
Oh no, I actually don't. But by the time you finish saying what you're saying, I will.
This was. I mean, it was just going to be my standard. Smile to the camera and send Kevin a fart video. And it ended up being something particularly special. Something that I'm never going to be able to replicate. And I'm actually looking forward to seeing it again in the next few seconds. I've got to cough again. Sorry.
Oh, there he is. He's muting. Yeah, for anyone that follows the banter between J Mac and I, you'll know that J Mac will occasionally, for whatever reason, send me his top 10 farts, and, and sometimes I play them on the show. Sometimes they end up on social media. Sometimes they don't. But recently, he sent me one this fart sounded like fucking Enter Sandman. Right. So without further ado. It's even in time and everything. It's in time.
I know, like, do it again. It's perfect. It's in tune as well. It's in tune.
Here we go.
So please share this for awareness.
This will be a copyright strike. So on YouTube, it's nearly 1,000 views. TikTok, it was like 500 and odd last I checked. So people are liking it.
I'm never going to be able to do that again. I mean that's Mr. Methane levels of fart competence.
Mate, you got a 10 out of 10 for that one. You've never had a 10 out of 10.
I know. I've sent you some epic, like almost panty wetting farts, and you've given me like that was a solid 7. I was like, it was nearly a solid something.
But that one, mate, that got the confetti, so it did.
Right, so one more time before we
imagine farting fucking Enter Sandman. No way. That's just fucking something else, mate. I wish I was see if I could draw or I could sketch. I would totally sketch that as like a scene where you're on stage with Metallica in your big fucking pudsy fucking t-shirt farting through a mic.
Do you know what we could do? We could start selling. No, you can buy you can buy like a print of the what do you call it? Like
Soundwave.
when the sound wave of you and your wife's favorite song. Just that, but with me farting it out. We could sell them. That'd be good.
Mate, if there's a demand for them, jibberjabberscotland@gmail.com. Send us an email and let us know you're into it. Also, if you'd like to join us tonight on this show, write in the comments that you'd like to do that, and I'll send you the link and you can talk to us. Talk to us.
Be nice
I
to
want to
have
talk
a
to you
wee
about
chat.
a movie that I watched recently, which was like, I saw a meme online, and sometimes it'll just give you a picture of a scene from a movie, and then
Picture a
below it,
scene.
a picture of a scene, right? And it'll say this, it'll say, a movie was released 10 years ago, and it was the most fucked up thing you ever saw, but no one saw it. Right? And I was like, nobody saw this? All right, cool. And it was a picture of Kurt Russell lying on the dust. And he was like, oh, sore. And I thought, Kurt Russell, you didn't really get a picture, a movie with Kurt Russell and it's shite. So, okay, you've got me. They said it was a Western. I was like, all right, okay. And then it was like, not only is it a Western, but it takes a turn. It's
I
not
know
just
what
a
film this
Western.
is.
Yes, right? So I was like that. You've got me. You've got me. So I went on Amazon Prime and I typed in Bone Tomahawk.
Yes.
Oh, you bastard! Have you seen Bone Tomahawk?
Yes, I've seen it twice.
What the
The thing is, like the first time I seen it, I was like, your jaw just hits the floor. It's what
I've
there's
seen worse, like.
one particular moment in the film where you're just like, what? And
I
then
know.
actually, I've got excuse me, I've got a friend around the corner that I'll occasionally go and watch movies with, and me and him sat down and watched Bone Tomahawk, and he still talks about it. This was about 6 months ago, and he still talks about it today, about the fact that it actually fucked him up. Like
How can that fuck you?
he just struggled to sleep thinking
Have you
about
never seen Green
this
Inferno?
moment. Green Inferno, I think, is, although it's highly disturbing, it's still a bit over the top. Do you know what I mean? The Bone Tomahawk thing just seemed spot on, like as to what you think would actually happen.
Yeah.
And it does stick with you. Like I can picture it right now, but I've got this disconnect that I can do when I'm watching horror films where I can go, nah, it's makeup. Some people don't have that, and if you don't have that, don't watch Bone Tomahawk because you're going to end up in therapy.
Yeah, it's the premise of the movie is it almost starts off like your wee Unforgiven, the old classic, the Western. And then Sid Haig and David Arquette, they kind of trample on a burial ground that they shouldn't have done. And then these people, these tribal people,
Savages.
troglodytes they call them, they enter the town, take Patrick Wilson's missus, take the boy from what was he in? He was in a thing I watched recently. I can't remember what the name it was, but he was also in that show with Jason Momoa. He's been in a few things I've seen. They take him and they also take David Arquette into a wee cave, and then it's like you've got Patrick Wilson, you got Kurt Russell, and two others to go to try and get him back. Essentially, a lot of stuff happens, which is funny and all that. And then some stuff happens that's no funny. But oh, yeah, fucker. And by the way, one thing I'll say about that movie, the part at the start where David Arquette's cutting somebody's throat, like that seems more realistic. Like, in a movie, when they cut somebody's throat, it's just like a swipe and then you hear somebody bleeding.
Yeah.
See the way David Arquette cuts somebody's throat at the start of that? That's probably what I would imagine cutting someone's throat would actually be like. And it's no just one cut.
Well, if anybody knows what getting your throat cuts, getting your throat cut is like,
Scotland at
that's-
gmail.com.
No, it's David Arquette.
Oh yeah. Well,
Remember that?
Yeah, I never got sliced. That was Nick Gage that stabbed him in the neck with a bottle.
Was that a bottle or a light tube or something? Did he Michael Myers him?
Yeah, sorry, it was the light tube. It was from that light tube. Same way Michael Myers done it in Halloween Kills. Spoiler alert. He got stabbed in the neck. But it was quite, that part was quite gruesome, and it kind of makes me go, I want to watch more content like that, because I was thinking that's probably what it was like back then. Just horrible people taking opportunities on sleeping folk. just straight up murdering them. But what happens to David Arquette kind of evens out the balance, although you don't get to see it. You can only imagine what happens to him when you see what does happen to somebody else. Mate, what were you like during this scene? And I'll not ruin it for everyone, but you should check it out. What were you like during this scene?
The first time I seen it, I was. Do you know when you're just completely lost for words? No, I don't know. I don't think. Nah, I don't think you know what that's like.
I am sometimes.
I've never ever seen you lost for words. Jordan, you said this place was a shithole.
That was when you were lost for words.
I looked like that Kyle Rittenhouse there. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Kinda. I've seen the memes, but I've not followed it.
Yeah. Not guilty on all counts today.
I can't comment. I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's move on then.
But we'll have that conversation after the show.
So, yeah, Bone Tomahawk, worth a watch. It's quite. I mean, it's the definition of a slow burner. Like, there's a long time during the film where you think there's nothing actually happening here, but what it's doing is it's making you feel like you're on the journey.
So
it gets you in a place where you feel like that you've known these people for 10 years, and it makes what happens just 10 times worse. So yeah, don't eat before it and enjoy.
The bit where he gets his head fucking scalp, man, put in his mouth.
pretty nasty stuff, man.
I'm like, surely you'd fight. You'd fight, man. Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'd be like, I'd be sitting there going, "She just 10 my scalp off, man." Like, what? I fucking don't know.
She just 10 my scalp. He just 10 my scalp off.
It's me and the Baldy crew.
Well, kinda, because you still got the back bit, I think.
So I'm going to have one of the arse to heed skin grafts. Top class.
He just did my scalp off. What have you been watching recently?
I watched Home Sweet Home Alone the other day.
Is that the new one?
That is the new one. Yeah. Starring Ruth Davidson. I can't remember the kid's name. Apparently this kid was in that Jojo Rabbit, which I haven't seen yet. It's supposed to be excellent, and apparently he's supposed to be good in it as well. But yeah, in Home Sweet Home Alone, right, the whole thing that makes Home Alone the endless, timeless classic that it is the fact that Macaulay Culkin is such a charming lead character. On top of that, you've got Harry and Marv, Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern as the burglars, and it's just magic from start to finish. And you're always rooting for Macaulay Culkin to get one up on these two sneaky bandits, right? Sticky bandits, wet bandits. And the thing that what?
I just looked at a picture of the actor and he does look like Ruth Davidson.
He can bring it again if you get a chance. He can bring it up.
Oh, God.
And so the problem that Home Alone, I think this is Home Alone 6. Is it 6 or 5?
Oh,
I think
didn't even.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Donna Pollock, we're doing great, man. It's good to have you on the show tonight.
Nice to see you again. Anyway, what this thing does wrong, you've got John Delaney and Ellie Kemper who are playing the two baddies in this film. I don't use air quotes very often. Those are the two people that are trying to break into this kid's house and steal. Now, their motivation for doing this is completely justifiable. They think that kid stole something of theirs that's worth a lot of money and they're going to steal it back. Right? So you're kind of on their side. And the longer the film goes on, the more you're on their side. They're basically trying to get this thing back that could get them a lot of money so they can give their kids a decent Christmas. Right? So you're like, right, So the kid's the villain,
Yeah.
and he's annoying as fuck. It's like so
Two things that don't
they've
go
got it.
well.
They've got it all backwards. Ellie Kemper and John Delaney are the two best things in that film,
Mm-hmm.
and the the child is just not on the likable scale when it comes to, like, if you compare him to Macaulay Culkin, they're just at different ends of the spectrum here.
Especially when you hire somebody that looks like Ruth Davidson. If you don't believe me, see for yourself.
That kid is now sitting in the House of Lords.
No, man.
So
No.
the IMDb score is very reflective of this. I think the IMDb score is sitting at a solid 3.7 at the minute. I think it is officially the worst in the franchise. Now, sorry. Oh, I love this. Now, it does have its enjoyable moments. There are actually some funny bits, but the just the way the film is just put together is nonsense. They underutilized Devin Rattray as Buzz. He comes back as Buzz McAllister. Again, underutilized. He's only in it for a short time. It was more like a cameo, and that was a shame because who doesn't love Buzz? Buzz is he's the ultimate tosser. You love to hate him.
The thing is, though, seeing Home Alone 4, they made Buzz someone else, right? And he was smaller than Kevin McAllister. When was Buzz smaller than Kevin McAllister? So how can they make it?
I've never seen 3 or 4.
Don't ever watch 4. 3 is good because it's Alex. It's nothing to do with the guys in the first two. The third one's a completely different story, so you can accept that.
I highly doubt the third one is good.
It's decent. I enjoyed it. I watched it as a kid. Ross Gunnan says even it all looks like a young Michael McIntyre. But if Michael McIntyre and Ruth Davidson had a child, he'd be in Home Alone 5. John Kavanagh, nice to see you tonight, mate. I totally. This is how I look at Home Alone. Right, Home Alone 1 and 2 are what they are. Right, classics.
Yes.
Then you've got Home Alone 3, which is in the same universe, different story, different country, different. Just the only thing that's the same is the premise that a kid is at home himself and people are trying to take something from him. Home Alone 4 goes back where all the characters are the same. So Kevin McAllister's there, Buzz is there. Obviously, they've not got the big family anymore for some reason. Only Buzz is his brother. He's got a butler. 2 people try to break into the house, and Buzz is smaller than Kevin McAllister. Buzz is smaller than Kevin McAllister. I was just like, I watched it and I was like, this is disgusting.
You know what? Maybe he identifies as being taller than Kevin, and that's enough.
This was before all that pish.
Before all that what?
For all that
pish.
Donna Pollock says, Home Alone 4 is not great. I totally agree with you. Totally agree
There's
with
also,
you.
I think there's a 5th one as well, and it was The Holiday Heist. Is what it's called. I think it came out in 2012, straight to DVD, obviously. And yeah, that looks dire as well. The new one, like I said, it does have its moments where it's funny, but you're always rooting for the baddies, and that there's something wrong with that. But again, that's what happens when you put a Tory in a kids' film.
Mate, the new Hocus Pocus has been filming. Really, really looking forward to that. Ross Gunnan says we have a paranormal investigation going on tonight, starting at 11 p.m. That's going to be amazing. That
Ross, hopefully you can answer this. Are they going to be going live on Facebook or anything? Because that would be cool. If they're not, tell them to do it because it'd be awesome. It'd be cool to actually tune in and see what's going on.
Everybody watching tonight, make sure to tune in to Bathgate. Oh well, I don't know if you can tune in. We'll find out in a minute. But that'd be pretty cool. Or head down to Bathgate Cinema after what we're going to talk about as well, Ghostbusters Afterlife. That would be cool, man. We should get Jamie Kirstoffen to do a proper wee hunt. Maybe do that with
it just sounds like rhyming slang at this point.
some Greyfriars stuff. Stephen Thompson says, where's doing the paranormal investigation? Bathgate Cinema, 11 p.m. tonight. They're going to go up the bell tower.
Big Stego's going to go down there and bang in the windows.
It's in celebration of Ghostbusters Afterlife.
You stand outside going, what he's doing? Go to the view.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I'm really
Mhm.
we have it in us very soon to have something happen with the paranormal. We've not done a paranormal episode since Peter McHugh was on the show, if I'm
Mhm.
correct.
Yeah,
Which he's
since
fell off
since
the
his
side of the earth, mate.
we've not done it since Peter McHugh's forehead was on the show.
He's fell off the side of the earth, mate. Uncontactable now.
Aye,
Mm-hmm.
isn't that paranormal?
Tried to
Ooh.
contact him recently to get his books made into audiobooks, but he's disappeared. Ghost Hunters International was class. What was that?
That was on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Mm. They done some places in Edinburgh. Well, we plan to head out to Greyfriars Kirkyard. Our good friend and former guest on the show, James
and
Gorstorfen.
and former inmate in Facebook jail,
I know, repeating and
repeated offender.
Yeah, he runs Greyfriars Kirkyard, so we do plan to go out there and film it. That'll be fucking amazing. That'll be class. Aye, so Ghostbusters Afterlife. If I'm correct, that released yesterday.
Yeah, I think that's when it started. I was going to go see it actually this morning. I was going to go see it by myself while the kid was at school, but there wasn't a showing enough. Sorry, it wasn't a showing early enough that I could do it. So I thought, you know what? I'll pick him up for school and we'll go see it.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, Murray, do you want to go to the cinema and see the new Ghostbusters? I don't like Ghostbusters. So I have raised my child wrong. He said that it's got good bits in it, but a lot of boring bits.
I would agree with that, by the way.
I would agree with that as a child. Like,
Mhm.
as an adult watching Ghostbusters, it's nothing but class. But as a
Aye.
child, all you want is the ghosties. I just want more ghosties. Where's the ghosties?
Thing is, though, I think what I would have said to Murray is, yeah, I get that, but this movie was made years ago. Now this one won't be like that. It'll be like Stranger Things. It'll be great.
I'm hearing
Steg-
nothing but good things about it from
Yeah, it looks great
online
from the trailers,
reviewers.
mate.
Like when I say nothing but good things from online reviewers, I'm talking about true film fans. I'm not talking about movie critics, because movie critics are. I read I started reading a review from the Independent earlier on today, and I stopped reading because it was just political nonsense.
Aye.
So I think it's going to be good. I think the trailer gives just enough away to the fanboys and new audiences to make it intriguing. But
I can't wait to
no,
see it.
I think it looks pretty damn good. I'm going to go. I will go see it within the next few days. That's my plan.
Yeah. C. Matthewman says, "Evening, gents. New Home Alone wasn't too bad. Hated the kid though, so he didn't like Ruth Davidson. See that? I hate that. See when the goodie is a wee shite, like problem child, right?
Yeah.
When they're a wee shite and you want them to get done in and they don't. I hate that shit." Ross Gunnan says, "Bathgate Cinema has paranormal investigation." Yes.
Yes, it does. It
Yep.
most certainly does. Ross, is this going to be an ongoing thing? If you can answer that.
Ryan Gurley says, "Mr. Mack, best one-liner in a movie."
He already knows what my answer is going to be as well.
What's your answer?
It's for Django Unchained.
Go for it.
I need a prop here.
Go down, Moses.
Damn. I can't see fucking shit out of this thing.
Class, man. Class.
That's the one.
Stephen Thompson says, "Here's a question for you both, for the both of you.
Whoa.
Tell us your favorite film from the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and after." Well, you go first, Jay, mate.
Kev's like, I've never seen a film for the 70s.
I fucking have. Walking on. Halloween was for the 70s, and I bagged it.
You know what? I think Halloween is a possible. That would possibly be my favorite film for the 70s, just based on the number of times that I've seen it. But I think it might be tipped by Dirty Harry. Dirty Harry for me is a great 70s film. It's the film that opened my eyes to the fact that older films like that could actually still be good. I mean, I've always been a big Bruce Lee fan, so they were all in the 70s, but I don't count they're not 70s movies, they're martial arts movies. It's a whole different thing.
Aye.
But when it comes to mainstream Hollywood movies, I think Dirty Harry might be my favorite one from the 70s.
Well, for me, the 80s obviously is the Lost Boys, but that was the 80s was a great period for movies. Beetlejuice, Ghostbusters, Hellraiser, Lost Boys, Batman, Friday the 13th, The Goonies. I mean, fuck me, man.
The
C.
80s
Mattheman
is a treasure trove.
Aye, absolutely. C. Matthewman says 80s, sorry, the 70s, Alien. Also, Ross Gunnan says, could be every couple of months. Yes, tonight will be very interesting footage to potentially follow. That'll be exciting. If anybody is in the area of Bathgate or surrounding areas, head to Bathgate Cinema for 11 p.m. or check out some
No,
of the...
don't head to Bathgate Cinema for 11 p.m.
Why?
because they're doing an investigation. Stay the fuck
Aye.
away.
No, get involved in that shit.
No,
Investigate.
I could be wrong. Again, Ross can confirm this, but I think it's a team that's going in to do it.
Aye, with folk, no?
I don't think so.
Well, I
So-
don't know. I don't know that much about it. See, Matthew Man says 80s Flash. Ah! Yep. For the 90s, fuck me, man. Edward Scissorhands. Loved Edward Scissorhands. That's one of my all-time favorites. You also got stuff like that. I mean, think about that. There's like Men in Black,
Jurassic
the original
Park.
It series, the miniseries, The Crow, fucking Total Recall. Best impression here, whether no people can join. Right, so no people can join or no people can join.
Right. I think if what I'm reading is grammatically correct, he is saying no people can join. In other words, fuck off.
No, it's not, because tickets on sale for it is open to public. There's a team of 3 with a medium, etc. Come and get involved. So no people can join.
Right, so that's no comma people can join. Come on, Ross. You're going to do better than this, sunshine.
The K Young voice, the man himself, says 90s Jurassic Park. I had a feeling he would say that. By the way, check this for a treasure. Right. I actually have a mint condition PS1 Jurassic Park The Lost World game.
That's still
Look at
in the
that.
plastic as well.
Mint condition, mate.
Mint condition.
Fucking mint. Mint condition, mate.
Mint condition. And also, mate, every time you move away from the camera, I just can't keep my eyes off that fucking belt.
This one here, the AEW Championship.
That's the one. When did you win it anyway?
Well, I won it for being a class. I turned 30 and Todd gave it to me.
So for your 30th birthday, you got a wrestling belt. That's class. That makes me happy.
Great thing, mate. That's fucking awesome. Ross Gunnan says it's late. I've been crazy busy. Haha. Here till 3 a.m. tonight. Well, maybe no.
3 a.m. tomorrow morning. Come on, get it right.
Mate.
What is
Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
You enjoy yourself, son. I'm sure it'll be an absolute blast. And didn't you be taking the piss out of folk? When I was I went to watch The Quiet Place Part 2 with my wife, and me and my wife were the only ones in the cinema. And that fucking sneaky prick snuck up behind us at a quiet bit and jumped up from behind our seat. I went like this. My wife nearly punched him in the jaw.
God. Mate, just looking at the 90s, we got Never Ending Story, Casper, Home Alone.
No, Never Ending Story was the 80s.
No, what?
Yes.
No, sorry, Never Ending Story Part 2 was in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. So Never Ending Story was the 80s.
I know, so I might change my 80s one. You can't pick the 80s. Stego, why ask such a stupid question? Ross says, and I loved every minute of it.
Do you know what? See, if somebody can tell you their all-time favourite film, they're not a true film fan.
Aye, true.
That's a genuine thing that I'm saying here.
Mm-hmm.
If you can say my favourite film is this, then you're not a true fan. Nobody should be able to have a favourite film.
Yeah.
I've never seen Sunshine on Leaf. I'm not a big musical fan, Ross. I never really have been.
It was on once when my wife was watching it, and it's a load of Proclaimer songs that are having wee dafties singing them. I think it was all right. I never really watched it, but it's something we should probably cover on here. You know?
Do you know? I think that for me, the problem with musicals is they're just not realistic. First of all, nobody ever just sings out of the blue, right? Second of all,
yes, they do.
No, they didn't.
They do.
No, they don't.
They do.
Only on this podcast. But also, I've been to Leith a few times. It's never fucking sunny.
Good. God dang it. What has everyone at home been watching? Come on the 27th of November. That's a good shout. 27th. Let's see if I'm working. I'm working. I am working. Shit.
What night is that?
It's a Saturday.
Saturday. Oh,
yep. Get your tickets, bathgatecinema.co.uk.
I'm working.
Are you?
Yes. Yes.
Well,
Um,
we'll see what happens. See what happens.
that'll be my
Um,
second last shift at my current job.
class, man, class.
No, it's not. It's sad. I'm sad to be leaving. I really am. Um,
S-
no, it's been a good job. It's just the shifts just haven't worked for me as well as I'd hoped. But the job itself, I love it. I'm going to miss it.
uh,
But
Onwards and upwards, AJ Mac.
yes, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Hocus Pocus 2 is coming out, mate, and I'm actually really
Yeah.
excited. I actually looked back on our timeline, I think it was like a year ago or a year and a half or something like that, before there was any talk of Hocus Pocus 2, and I put it out to the Jibber Jabber universe. I said, guys, tell me how you would write the second one. And I even gave my own little thing that maybe perhaps there was another black flame candle and someone else had actually lit the black flame candle. Anybody watching right now, or even if you're, I'll tell you in a sec, anybody that's listening to this in the archives, jibberjabberscotland@gmail.com, or just contact us on social media. Tell us how you would write it. Got another comment here from Ryan Gurley. Heat with Robert De Niro and Al Pacino, 90s. Good shout, mate. Good shout. The
Yep,
Black
give me
Flame
that.
Candle. Have you never seen Hocus Pocus?
No, I'm a fucking grown man.
J Mac has left the show. Mate, what the fuck? But it came out when you weren't a grown man. So
I
you
know,
were
but
all right
even
to
as a
watch it.
kid, I wasn't really that interested in it.
Uh,
I did. I think within the last year, I've seen it on in my house. I think my kid was watching it with my wife. My wife loves it.
It's
I'm just
amazing.
again, it's never really appealed to me for whatever reason.
Well, the Black Flame Candle is a cursed candle that once, when lit on a full moon on Hallows Eve by a virgin, it will reanimate the dead three witches, the Sanderson sisters.
No chance of that happening in Whitburn now.
And so I think having another Black Flame candle, because obviously Hocus Pocus, the first one got lit, would be pretty cool. I know that the Sanderson sisters are back, and what's his face that plays Willie the zombie, he's back, but I didn't see anything about the original cast, as in like Thora Birch and Omri Katz and Vanessa Shaw. Those were the three goodies. I've seen nothing that says they'll return, which is a kind of a shame. It would be, I think, see when it's something like that, like Ghostbusters, like Hocus Pocus, when it's something like that that returns, it would be really cool to just see, even if they're not a big part, to just see them again, the adult version of them. Like I think, was there not talk of a second Goonies movie?
Oh, there's been talk of a second Goonies movie since the Goonies was such a success. I think it's just I don't think it's ever going to happen. Especially like, I think Corey Feldman's just a mess, man. I don't think we'll ever see him coming back. He's I don't know. He seems to be. I don't know if he's an actual problem child or if that's just how he's getting portrayed because of the things that he is saying. I'm kind of I'm on the fence with whether I believe everything that he says. I want to believe him because the stuff that he's saying is believable. But I don't know, man. Like Home Alone would have been a really cool thing to see, like a legacy movie of, like have Kevin being a burglar. You know what I mean? Have him being fucked up because of what happened to him as a kid, or have him being like the ultra cautious parent who happens to leave his kid at home this one time. That would have been cool to see instead of fucking Ruth Davidson missing a vote. I don't. Nah. There are some things that it work with and some things that it wouldn't. But I don't know, man. Never say never.
Stephen Thompson says, leave the Goonies as is. A second would ruin it. As much as I agree with you, I think sometimes you can allow the sequel to be a thing, and if you don't like it, just discount it. Just pretend it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Like
Terminator 2, I mean, that's one of the worst sequels ever. Not! It's one of the only times it was done right. But I don't think you can, personally, I don't think you can ever ruin a good movie by giving it a sequel.
No.
If that film's good enough, a sequel will never ruin it. What you could do, you could ruin, just say, for example, Lord of the Rings. Just say Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring was amazing, and then The Two Towers was crap. That would be ruining a story because it is one continuous narrative.
It's not finished yet.
Yeah, that's fine. But I think we like Terminator, Alien, The Godfather. What are other things with amazing sequels? Superman. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of really good sequels out there. But if they were bad, it wouldn't ruin the first one for me. I would just go, whoa, that was a bad sequel.
See, Matthew Man says, was a nice touch in the new Home Alone seeing the McAllister security sign. Yeah,
but that's something that they could have played with a little bit more. But there's every chance. I don't know for a fact. I never even bothered looking at the trivia, but there's a good chance. Maybe they even approached Macaulay Culkin for a cameo, and he's been like, "No, Ruth Davidson's in this." But they managed to get Buzz back, and I like the stuff with Buzz. The stuff with Buzz was funny, and the fact that like every year, like Buzz mentions in the movies, like every year Kevin phones the police because Buzz works for the police. So he phones the police department and says that there's a kid home alone. It's a joke. It's an ongoing prank that he does to me every year to get me to go out to a house where everything's fine. So I'm not even responding to it. That was actually quite clever, but they didn't use him enough. He should have been in the whole film. Just have him in the whole film. It would have been so much better.
Stephen Thompson says some sequels are better. I much preferred A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3 over any of the others.
That's the that Kev does when he doesn't think something's true. It's like, Kev, what do you think of this idea? Is this a good idea? No.
I think everything is subjective, mate. If you can make it work, then take a shot at it. It's like throwing a dart at a dartboard. If you think you can hit it in the motherfucking bullseye of the treble 20, then take a shot and throw it. Just let's make sure that when we throw it, we're aiming at the dartboard, though. Yeah.
I love how I can tell you were trying to remember the last time you played darts in this 5th year common room.
No, mate. I played darts not too long ago. Wife's dad thought he could smash me at darts. I fucking left him sitting, mate. I was like, fuck you.
Things you're just annoying that way. Like, even if you've never played darts before, you'd probably have won. You're just annoying. You just win shit. You're a pain in the hoop.
Mate, not always. Trust me, I don't always. See, Matthew Mann says Macaulay was good in American Horror Story.
Do not talk about that. I've not seen it yet.
American Horror Story got to that point with me where I was like, oh, fuck me, man, this is getting boring.
Aye.
The first season was amazing.
Second season,
one, not bad. Third season, great.
Second season has been my favourite so far. Asylum was a great season. I think I was quite enjoying the election one. Was it called Election Year or something?
Something like that.
I was quite enjoying that, and then just lost track. But no, the first and second season, especially the second for me, were top class.
The third one was great as well. A bit of Stevie Nicks in it as well. That's the Coven.
No, that's where I started losing track. I was like,
I lost track of the one after that, where it was like creepy.
Do you know what, man? I don't think I'm a fan of stuff about witches. I think that might be what it is. I'm not a big
We need
witch
to get
fan.
you doing a witch movie deep dive. Anybody watching the new Chucky series, really enjoying it so far. It is on my list of things to watch, and I've just not had a chance yet because I've been watching that thing, The Sinner, with Jessica Biel from a way back that we never actually finished. So I'm trying to watch that, and then I'm going on to Chucky. I've heard only good things about it, Craig. I have only heard great things about it.
I haven't. Really I've heard good and bad.
That's got Brad Dourif's daughter in it, doesn't it?
Well, it's got Brad Dourif in it as well. I'm pretty sure he's still voicing Chucky. Excuse me. Cut me off.
I mean, that's kind of class. But did you say cut you off there?
Aye, but you didn't. It's
fine. Sorry. What's her name? Is it Fiona Dourif? Brad Dourif. I think.
No, it's Heather Dowfer.
An idiot. Dowfer. Need to definitely check out the new Chucky series.
Here's something. I've got something controversial to say. Child's Play 2 is better than Child's Play 1. What do you think?
Stego would agree with you. I don't know. I need to rewatch the second one because, like I said, I was never a big Child's Play fan, but a recent dip back into Child's Play had me going, okay, I get it for what it is now.
It is what it is.
Aye, but see the Mark Hamill one, the recent remake, totally all over that shit. Love it.
I was pleasantly surprised by that one. Oh, that's right. That's right, Craig.
Read that out for the audience at home.
Yeah, it says, fun fact, Brad Dourif's daughter plays Brad Dourif in the show. She does. They do his daughter up to look like Charles Lee Ray. I seen
That's
a photograph of it
amazing.
online the other day, and I was like, holy shit,
Yeah,
that's
I
amazing.
did see that. That is brilliant.
How annoying must it be for lassies when they're like, oh, you look like your dad.
Taking it to a whole nother level. That's brilliant.
There we go.
That's insane. Love it. Absolutely. Love it.
What was I had a train of thought there. It's gone. My train of thought has left the tracks.
The train keep on rolling down the track.
But upcoming movies. I mean, Ghostbusters Afterlife is out. King Richard is coming out soon. Have you seen any trailers for this?
But King Dick, nah.
It's not what you would think. It's actually a sports biopic about the Williams sisters tennis. I'm a big sports biopic fan. Could be pretty decent.
Tennis.
So that's coming
watching
up.
snooker, man. You have to be a boring bastard to watch tennis and snooker.
I love snooker.
Yeah, man. Come on.
We've got Encanto, which is a new animated movie coming up. We also have The House of Gucci. That's coming up shortly as well.
That'll be in Bathgate Cinema also.
Starring, I believe, Adam Driver and somebody else that I can't remember, but that's coming up as well. A Boy Called Christmas, which is the origin story of Father Christmas. Could be fun coming up for this holiday season, as they call it. We've got Shepherd, which is about a young Scottish shepherd following the death of his unfaithful wife, fights to maintain his own sanity as his past catches up with him. Sounds intriguing. And then we also have Pirates. Now, I've seen a trailer for Pirates when I went to see the new James Bond film. And Pirates is about three. I think the modern term for these guys is like roadmen. Is that what they call them down in London? The guys that call each other Fam and Blood. These tits.
Famine Blood. Famine Blood.
Aye. Mate, let's come out with a film called Famine Blood. Blood. But yeah, it's about them at New Year trying to get to a party. I saw a trailer for it. It looks shite, but if it's on at Bathgate Cinema, it looks great. Go see it.
I have a story for you I want to tell everybody, but I'll wait till you finish your train of thought.
My train of thought, by the way, I was doing this in chronological order. This is the order that movies are getting released in. This is up until the end of the year. After that, the next release is a little independent movie called Lapwing.
Which,
Kevin,
by the way,
let's have a wee conversation about Lapwing.
So Lapwing, I mean, we can say it, right? We can say it. Aye.
Yes, we can say it.
Not got a date confirmed, but we are in talks now with some people at Arrow Video, and they will be coming to us with various opportunities to talk to directors, actors, producers, all some great people in the business. Lapwing is a movie that will be released on the 26th of this month, and we will be interviewing the writer of Lapwing, which the movie itself looks pretty decent. I think it's right down your alley, Jay Mack. But we're not going to give too much away because there's not a date set up. There's just an agreement that it's going to happen, and it's going to happen very soon. So keep your eyes on the prize for that one.
Eyes on the prize. So yeah, that's Lapwing. That's coming up. We also have Overrun, which is about a former military extraction specialist whose only chance of saving his informant sister and her family is to track down a mysterious briefcase. That sounds shite. Moving on. We've got Silent Night. Now this I don't know if you've heard of this yet, Kevin. Silent Night. Keira Knightley is back. I like Keira Knightley.
Where did she go, by the way?
I know. She just pops up every now and again. Do you know what? She's made that much money off the films that she's done. She can just do what she wants now.
Yeah.
It's called Silent Night. It's a comedy, drama, horror, according to IMDb. I watched the trailer for it earlier on. It looks right up my street. Nell, Simon, and their son Art are ready to... Hang on, I've clicked on edit. Nell, Simon, and their son Art are ready to welcome friends and family for what promises to be a perfect Christmas gathering. Perfect, except for one thing. Everyone is going to die. Yeah, that'll be annoying to listen back to. Well done. I'll let you read it again, you fucking prick.
Just kidding. Just kidding. That looks like that.
I watched the trailer for this earlier on today in preparation for this show. I did, even though this is a banter show, I did some preparation, which is not like me at all. Kevin will attest to that one.
Yeah, it's definitely else.
Like this is how the podcast works. Right, Kevin's like all day like. No, on the phone. Jordan does this. What are we doing?
That's me set up now.
So yeah, this it looks interesting. It looks a wee bit otherworldly, a bit strange. It looks like it maybe set back, possibly, maybe post-war Britain, but with a slightly kind of end of the world theme mixed in. Something I might be wrong, but it looks like it might be something like The Happening, which I know is a complete fuck up of a film. But this could be the thing that does it right. So check out the trailer for that. That's Silent Night, and that is released later this month.
I stand by it. Stego says, I wasn't big on horror
next
till Kevin here got me started on Dead by Daylight. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have seen films like Silent Hill, etc. I didn't even know that, Stego. I didn't know you weren't that big on horror until then. Dead by Daylight is a great horror game to play if you're playing it with your friends. For me, Dead by Daylight is it's a social gathering of your friends, and you just have a wee bit of a laugh. Sometimes you just can fall out. You fucking left me on the hook, man. You popped my Jenny. You broke the killer to me. I hear that one often. You've just broke that killer to me.
Do you know why? It's because you have often brought that killer to them. That's why you hear that often.
True.
That's actually a perfect segue to the next movie release that's coming.
Dead by Daylight?
No. Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City. Now, I watched the trailer for this earlier on, and I swear to God, it looks epic. I've never liked any Resident Evil movie. There's not a Mila Jovovich in sight, as far as I can see. This looks like a whole new take on the Resident Evil idea as a movie franchise. And it looks like it's going right back to the beginning of the story. And it also looks like it might follow the first game pretty closely, which is cool as fuck.
I'll need to
keep an eye out for that one.
Need to go see that. Stego says, Kev's really good at smashing you with a pallet so the killer catches you. Untrue, Stego. You done that to me.
Sounds like an average day at Kev's work.
It was merely revenge. I have a story here that was actually from my work, right? I want to set the scene for you all, right? So I recently started a new job, right? I started a new job, and I was paired with a fella called Kieran, right? Good guy. And he knows his job really well, does it really well. Basically, if you need something, go to him, right? And I was paired with him, and also this new lassie, this new woman come over, and I think I was laughing for the rest of the day after this happened. Right? It's just really funny. So I'm walking behind Kieran and this new woman, right? And he's like talking to her, and he's like, yeah, so we'll go up here, we'll get this done, anyway, what is your name? Right? And she goes, my name is Santa. He looks at her again and goes, Santa. She goes, yeah. He goes, oh, I'll not forget that one. I'm sorry, but that just fucking had me creased forever. Just like her name is genuinely Santa, and he looked at her like, Santa, like Santa. Well, I'll not forget that one.
Do you know, I just want to clarify something here. I'm not laughing at the fact that her name's Santa, right? It's quite conceivable. Somebody's come here from another country, their name might well be Santa. But I just love the fact that somebody's with that. Santa! That's close.
Fucking Santa, it's Kieran. Fucking Santa, man. I remember like pissing myself for the rest of the day, and every time I looked at him, I kind of just kept laughing, and he's looking at me like, "What the fuck are you laughing at?" I'm like, "I'll tell you later." I just kept replaying it over and over in my
head. I'm just picturing you all. I don't know if you're opening Christmas Eve. Just say you're opening Christmas Eve. I love the fact. I'm just picturing like you all being in and him turning to her and going, "Yeah, should you not be fucking busy?" Showing up on Boxing Day, like, fuck you last night. No,
I've not actually seen Santa. I've not seen her since that day. Obviously got other engagements. She was a pleasant woman, of course. It just fucking done me like Santa.
Anyway. Moving on to the next release, it's a movie called Come On, Come On that stars the beautiful and amazing Joaquin Phoenix.
I thought you were going to talk about a female actress there. Beautiful. Something you want to tell us, lad?
2021, shut up. A radio journalist embarks on a cross-country trip with his young nephew. Watch the trailer for this. It's black and white, so I'm going to love it. Next, we have Clifford the Big Red Dog, which looks crap, but it's probably great family fun. So if you again, this is next month. You want to take the kid to see something. Clifford the Big Red Dog, based on the kids' books, could be a laugh. Jack White, and you know what? I commend Jack Whitehall for managing to get any movies. Man, the guy deserves. He's worked hard, and Jungle Cruise was really good fun. He was good in that.
The dog, by the way, it's a toad, not a frog. He can do this. I know that's not the Clifford song, but I'm just putting Clifford in there instead of Kipper. Kipper the dog was so underrated, fucking amazing.
Next up, we have West Side Story, which is an adaptation of the 1957 musical West Side Story. Again, it's a musical. Couldn't give half a shite. Moving on. Next up, Spider-Man No Way Home. We were talking about it earlier on. The new trailer looks awesome. I'm not a Marvel guy, so I'm not going to speculate about what's going to be happening in it. I just think it looks pretty decent.
Tobey Maguire.
You can chuck your tuppence in there if you want.
The fact they're bringing back all the villains from the previous movies. They also foreshadow the death of, and I don't know who that was. Was it Mary? It was not Mary Jane. I know she doesn't die that way. It was Gwen that dies, where she's like, "Oh no!" and he tries to grab her and ends up snapping her neck. It's like, oops, oops. Did you see that in the Andrew Garfield one?
Yeah.
She's like falling down the big shaft, and he's like, "I'll catch you," and he gives a whiplash, snaps her neck, and he's like,
Do you know what?
Did we put this back on?
see when you think about it, it's actually so realistic as to what might happen in a situation like that.
Right.
Like, I was watching, it was Zack Snyder's Justice League, and there was a bit where I can't remember if it was the Flash or Wonder Woman that was going at a super speed and pushing people out the way of dangerous stuff. And you're like, surely when after that happens and all the kind of space times went back to normal, they're like, ya bastard!
More like the boys. Like the
everybody's just like, oh, what happened? It's like, no, you'd be fucked. You get moved at that speed. There's things are snapping. Things are going to snap.
Stephen
Thompson. I'm going to read one. Fuck's sake.
Go for it. You read it.
It says, talking of Joaquin Phoenix, he just reminded me of Stand By Me with his brother River. That was a class movie. Yes, it fucking was. It was. Do you know what Joaquin Phoenix's name was before he changed it to Joaquin?
What do you mean changed it to Joaquin? Does his parents not give him Joaquin?
No, his name was Leaf.
Leaf?
Aye, it was Leaf and River Phoenix.
Leaf?
Interesting fact.
Like Leaf as in like...
Leaf.
Like what you wipe your arse with if you're running if you're camping.
As in Nissan's electric car, the Nissan Leaf. His name was Leaf Phoenix.
Leaf.
So there you go. Interesting fact.
He's like, I can choose anything to change my name to. How about Joaquin?
He's probably went through a book and he's like, how about J. Elquin? That looks cool. He's like, that's actually pronounced Joaquin. Oh, even cooler.
J. Elquin. Joke. That's a bit of a joke,
So we've got Spider-Man No Way Home. How's the order for the Spider-Man films? Was it Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home? Is that right?
Mate, I try not to follow all the new ones. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man for me, so ask me about that.
Then we've got a film called 9 Days. Now, this one looks very new age, cerebral, and possibly annoying. A reclusive man conducts a series of interviews with human souls for the chance to be born. I watched the trailer for this earlier on. It's like one of these, they must be in some kind of purgatory or something before life, and they're getting interviewed to be given the chance at living on Earth.
That'd be pretty. That's a cool concept.
It sounds like a cool idea. I don't know. I've just got a bad feeling that it's going to be crap.
Have you seen Predestination?
No.
It's a movie where Ethan Hawke shags himself and gives birth to himself.
Oh no, I have seen that.
What the fuck? Like, what the fuck?
Wait, he shags himself.
He shags himself to then give birth to himself to try and figure himself out, only to meet someone who's indeed himself, to then repeat the process. You need to watch it a few times to kind of understand.
On this week's episode of That's Fucked Up, That's Fucked Up.
Watch it and give me your thoughts on that. Everybody at home,
I'm sure I've seen that.
Predestination. Todd set me on it. I was like, all right, here we go.
Todd, be ashamed of yourself.
There's a thing, and I need a bigger list of these people. But there are a few people in life that when they say watch this, I will watch it, and I never am disappointed. One is J Mac, and the other is Todd. So when you say you need to watch this, I watch it, and that was one of those. John Fulton says weird film. It was fucking mega weird. Try to figure it all out. Smart Duck says, will they
Smart
ever
Duck.
make?
That's a new one. I like
Yeah, like Smart Duck. Mr. Duck. Will they ever make a film about Spider-Man? All the movies are about Spider-Boy.
one. Do you know what?
Aye.
I suppose that's true, but I think Spider-Man has always been a teenager, like all the way through the comic book history and that. I mean,
Yeah.
this is me speaking as a. But I remember like the 70s Spider-Man movies that were kicking about with the guy with the kind of Prince Valiant here. I'm pretty sure he was like 48. So it's an interesting theory. Like
Yeah.
why is it always Spider-Man and not Spider-Boy? That's
Aye, true. I mean, the Miles Morales one, I think Tom Holland, young kid Tom Holland who plays Spider-Man, said that he doesn't want to be 30 and still playing Spider-Man, and they should move that character over to the Miles Morales one. You know, the other Spider-Man.
who's oh, is that the black guy?
Aye.
All right. Sorry, you're still allowed to say that.
Spider-Man
has
has
to
to
come
grow
up.
up. Aye.
Next up, Matrix Resurrections. Now, this is a long-awaited sequel. Did we really need one, Kevin?
No, we didn't need one, but am I glad we've got one? I'll tell you when I've seen it.
I'm kind of hoping that it rights the wrongs of the previous two sequels,
What were the
because
wrongs, in your opinion?
all of them, the Revolutions and Reloaded, are both terrible films. The Matrix is excellent. The Kingsman. This is the origin story for The Kingsman, starring, I think, Taron Egerton, I think, and Mark Strong was in
Yeah.
the first one. This is the kind of origin story for that. I've not got the cast list in front of me.
Colin
Unfortunately.
Firth is in that, no?
Colin Firth was in Kingsman. Yeah,
Aye, he's the same.
I think
Him
sure.
and Hugh Grant, same
sure-
character in every fucking movie.
Pretty much.
terribly
aye.
sorry. Yeah, that's what I heard. Yes, I know. So terribly sorry. Fucking shite, man.
Aye, I quite like Colin Firth.
Don't know.
King's Speech, one of the best films ever. Right?
Really?
Yes,
You
brilliant.
tell me to watch it.
I'm telling you to watch it. Watch The King's Speech. So this is set in the early years of the 20th century. The Kingsman Agency is formed to stand against a cabal plotting a war to wipe out millions. Right? So that, again, that could be good fun. And we've got Boiling Point. The Boiling Point looks really, really interesting. This is an Up My Street film. I don't know if it's a Kevin Street film, but it stars the wonderful Stephen Graham as a chef. Enter the relentless pressure of a restaurant kitchen as a head chef wrangles his team on the busiest day of the year.
That sounds fucking class. What does he do after he's finished his shift? Go and play some fucking snooker. Fuck me, man.
So it's
That
not
is
a
right
Kev
up your
Street film.
street.
This is a J Mac Street film. But it looks like it kind of operates at high stress levels, like all the way through the film. A bit like Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler. It looks like it's maybe that kind of level of stress.
That had a funny way of finishing.
Aye, imagine smiling when your head's getting blown off. After that, we've got Malibu Road, which is fast-living Los Angelinos are targeted by the Central Intelligence Agency. For those of you who aren't following on, that's the CIA. During Operation Midnight Climax, part of MK Ultra. That could be very interesting if you're into all that conspiracy
MK
crap.
Ultra.
And that is us up until the end
true.
of the year. That's up until the 31st of December. So yeah, there's some interesting stuff coming up. Not a lot of kind of massive production stuff. A lot of independent movies. Not necessarily all these are going to be available at Bathgate Cinema. This is just the UK release schedule. But Bathgate Cinema would be good to get their hands on as many of them as they possibly can. But the Stephen Graham one, Boiling Point, that intrigues me. That really does.
Aye, so it does. Aye, that'll be class.
A film about a kitchen. That'll be fucking brilliant.
Get this, it'll probably be the best thing that comes out this year. The way they fucking boiled that pot of water, man. The Father was really good, and that's a J
The
Mack street house.
fucking burnt it.
We can make a parody movie, man. Is that lasagna's fucking freezing in the middle?
Right. Who didn't take the plastic off this for putting it in the microwave?
Oh, it could go anyway. It could go a mixture of ways. I like movies like that. I like there's specific movies that get me. Like, see Nacho Libre. that holds a place in my heart for one specific scene. Just one thing he does, and it's the point. There's a part where, as you know, going to the cinema with me, right? If I find something funny, I think I'm laughing at it at that point right there and then. There's a part where he goes like that. He hands a picture to his wee missus, right? And she's like, "Oh, is this your family?" And she's looking at it, and he just goes like that. Fucking snatches it at her. And for some reason, man, that sends me out of the fucking edge.
Why?
Because he just snatched the photo back at her, man. There's wee things like that that get me in movies, and that can change me. If I think the movie's shite, see when it gets to a part like that, wee bits like that can just do it for me. Yeah? Brian McLaughlin says, film about a kitchen down there. Don't they do? Huh?
Film about a kitchen down there, don't they?
Right, get you.
It took me a wee second as well. I was like, Brian, are you fucking all right? But I've got it.
Class,
Stephen Graham's amazing, man. I'll watch anything that he's in. He really does bring a lot to the screen. He was in a program recently about the care system during the COVID pandemic, which apparently is a great series, but I've not watched it for numerous reasons. But there's actually, I missed out a release that's coming up. There's a documentary called The First Wave coming up, which is about basically what happened during the first wave of COVID. And I would urge anybody with half a brain to not see this. The reason is we've been fucking plied with nothing but COVID for the last year and a half. Every day, news, social media, everywhere. All we get is COVID. They're like, oh, here's a documentary about COVID. Fuck off. We don't need it. We don't need it. We've all fucking lived it. Release a documentary about COVID in 20 years. Right? It's the same reason that I won't go watch war movies that are set in Afghanistan and the Middle East, because it's still too current. There's still too much shit. I'll watch stuff about World War I, World War II, Vietnam War. But stuff in the Middle East can fuck off and COVID can fuck off. That's
a cool thing about Stephen Graham. Stephen Graham actually isn't great at reading. And his wife reads the scripts to him.
All right.
Do you know that? No,
I didn't.
He's a bit of a success story, Stephen Graham. But top marks to him. He's a good actor. I like him.
Do you know how he got his role in Snatch?
How?
He actually just chummed his mate along for an audition. And like it was his mate that was going for the party, Tommy, and he was just kind of waiting outside for his mate. And then they came out and they went next, and he was like, "All right, fuck it." So I'll just go. Ended up getting the call back the next day that he'd got the part. Bet his mate loved him.
Hey, what's meant to be is meant to be, Mac. Exactly. Before we close the show, J Mac, is there anything you'd like to cover with these fine people that have stayed with us for this full episode?
Me personally, just pardon me. Thank you for staying. It's been nice having you. It's been nice to. It'd be nice if one of you phoned in. This is 2 weeks in a row that we've given you the opportunity to phone in and join in the conversation properly.
When he says phone in, I mean, essentially I'll give you a link and then you just appear on the show with us. There's no phone in.
I will send you something to a PO box, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm a bit old school. Phone in.
But I do have a reward for everyone at home. It is the 10 out of 10 fart by J Mac himself, where he farts along to Enter Sandman. No word of a lie. And No one can take that away from you.
No, I will die a happy man. I'll have that in my gravestone. It's like, here lies J Mac, 3rd of December 1984
Another rendition of
to the
Enter
3rd
Sandman.
to the 3rd of December 2022. He farted Enter Sandman.
I'm watching Grim Forgot again. Mate, he farted Enter Sandman. Wait. Hey. Shh. Denny's. Who? Is that him? I think it is him, aye. Is that him? Aye. Enter Sandman, is that him, aye? Aye, that's him.
Hey, if you're going to be famous for something, make it a bodily function.
Exactly. One more time.
Okay,
the encore. I'm not sure how you pulled that off, mate, but holy shit.
I don't know, man. I mean, to me, it felt like one squeeze, but I think I must have been doing some barrel control.
Mate, I hope you next do Rocket Man.
No.
the accidental Enter Sandman. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure doing the show tonight for an hour and a half with you guys. Like I said, keep your eyes open because we have some really cool guests coming up very soon. We're going to actually definitely dive into the paranormal very shortly as well. Possibly get out and film something out in Greyfriars. Yes. You guys want to be involved? Get involved. You want us to have someone on the show that you think would be great? Tell us, do it in the emails, contact us via social media. We'll definitely make it happen if we can, but we're going to have some more guests coming up very soon. Like I says, Lapwing, the movie, we will have the writer of that very movie coming on very soon. We got a comment here from John Fulton. Fuck's sake, Jay, I hope you changed your pants after that.
Actually, I did that far about 3 days ago and I'm still wearing the same ones. I just turned them inside out and back to front, mate. That's all you need to
do. Old school, mate. Old school. So again, thanks everybody for checking us out. Remember, you can always check us out on Spotify. If you're listening to this show right now, you can go ahead and hear it again on Spotify, Google Podcasts, everywhere that does podcasts. We're there. We can be in your ears. And make sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with us so that you know when we're going live, so you can either phone in, as J Mac says, be on the show with us, and just keep up to date with what we're doing. We will have events coming soon and all that crazy cool stuff, so we hope to see you there and all that good stuff. Again, thanks guys for sticking with us. It's great to see the numbers are always there. You guys always put us on and you are always there watching us. It's a wee family. So if there's stuff we can do for you, fucking hit us up, jibberjabberscotland@gmail.com. Let us know what we can do for you, returning the favour and all that good stuff. J Mac, anything you'd like to say in closing?
Don't piss into the wind.
Take it easy, guys. We'll see you next Friday or before.
Cheery bubbles. Damn. I can't see fucking